Good morning, and welcome to episode 254 of Getting Rich. I'm your host, Rich Checkin, president of Asset Strategies International, and today is Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. Today is FOMC decision day. It's the second day of the two-day Federal Open Market Committee meeting, and the last one, by the way, for 2025. Everyone out there is expecting a 0.25% rate cut. It'd be our third in a row. The markets have already factored that in, as I mentioned last week. So if that happens, don't expect much of a change. However, if the Fed does surprise and either doesn't cut rates or increases rates, then expect the markets to gyrate. We would expect to see some posturing prior to the announcement and then some reaction afterward, with everybody paying attention to Fed Chairman Powell's remarks in the Q&A to follow the rate announcement. Metals and equities will again continue to gyrate, but in the long term, you know where I stand on this. Precious metals are going to do just fine until we see fiscal restraint in Congress. So today I want to depart a little bit. We're not going to discuss any prices. I want to talk a little bit at this time of year about the best long-term vehicle you can use for precious metals, which are in fact a long-term hold asset. And that's individual retirement accounts. I still think there's a lot of people out there who don't realize you can put precious metals in your individual retirement account, and it's perfect for that role because, again, it's a long-term asset held in a long-term vehicle to safeguard your purchasing power in your retirement. So let's talk a little bit about that long-term solution. You know, it's been around since 1986. We've actually been offering precious metals IRAs since they came out in 1986, and back then it was only gold and silver eagles that were allowed in your IRA. In 1997, with the Taxpayer Relief Act, we saw significant relaxation of what is allowed in a precious metals IRA. You were able now to hold gold, silver, platinum, and palladium, and it didn't just have to be U.S. coinage. It could be virtually any gold coin or bar, regardless of where it was minted, as long as it met London Bullion Market Association or LBMA minimum fineness standards. And then the most recent development was something we had ushered in here at ASI was in 2001, we started putting Perth Mint certificates in your IRA for precious metals ownership of gold, silver, and platinum. So the IRAs have been around a long time. I know a lot of people aren't using them. My big question to you here today is, if you don't have precious metals in your IRA, what is keeping you from doing that right now? They're a great vehicle for the long term. Now, those that have it know that this time of year they need to do, if they're of that age, they need to do required minimum distributions. If you have not started that yet, you need to go ahead and act quickly, or you're not going to get it done by the end of the year, and it needs to be completed by the end of the year. If you're looking to open a new IRA or add to it, you can make contributions for this tax year, 2025, all the way up until tax day in 2026. So if you need to double up and put in a 2025 and a 2026 contribution to up your allocation to precious metals in your IRA, you can do that anytime from January 1st through April 15th of 2026. I got to tell you, since 2001, there really has been no better option available to you in an IRA than the Perth Mint certificate. You've got low entry fees, low exit fees. Can't be beaten really with physical metals at all, and you have no ongoing storage fees. This is an incredible option. If you don't have that in your portfolio, you need to call us today and go ahead and take care of that. The bottom line is IRAs are a fantastic long-term asset, and precious metals are the perfect fit. It's hand in glove between these two vehicles. As always, we'd like you to go ahead and follow us on YouTube, subscribe, like us, send us your comments and questions, Follow us on social media. Take our twice weekly, always something interesting alerts in our once monthly information line newsletter. But in the end, don't ever forget that getting rich starts with keeping what's yours.